Hey, how's it going? Good evening. It's Saturday, almost 7 o'clock, so I'm going to run into the Hangover, meet a couple of friends. If I'm in town, I normally come to the meetup. It's nice and early. Plenty of time to head off in another direction later. But let's see who shows up. Just come down Soi 22, not very far, maybe 200 meters. That is the direction of Sukhumvit and the Holiday Inn. Make that turn. And then when you see the large macro foods, Hangover's right across the street. I am such an idiot. My friend Gina and I came over here, and she asked me to call my other friend, Ben, to see where he's at, if he was coming over. And I couldn't find my phone. Now, the cab dropped us off right here, probably 5 minutes ago. And I'm trying to get out of the street here. And she said, yeah, call Ben, see if he's coming over here. I'm like, God, where's my phone? And there's the cab driver who was parked over here, was holding a phone up, waving the light. And she's saying, why is that guy taking our picture? And again, I'm looking for my phone. Well, the cab driver, luckily, he came back and was waving my phone in the air like, hey, dummy, you left it in the cab. And I just lucked out because this is it's the most expensive Galaxy phone. Oh, here's my other friends just pulled up. So I gave the guy 500 baht, and he was really happy. But as he's driving away, I'm thinking, man, I should have gave him 1,000 baht. He really saved my bacon there. That's the first phone I've almost lost in 15 years. I am so glad I got my phone back. It's I think it's about 1 in the morning. We're still hanging out here at the Money Bar. Good little neighborhood spot. Having a good time. With my friend Gina there. Gina teaches music here in town. She's from the UK. It is about 2:30 in the morning. We just closed up the Money Bar and we came up to get a little street food. And there's a little after hours store right here called Uncle's. He stays open all night. So we're going to have one more beer and have our street food, then head on home. All right, time for a little chicken on the grill. Threw it back on there. This is going to be good. And I used to stay right here at the Life Sukhumvit 48. I had a good hookup on the Airbnb. Great little place. Right across the street is the W District off to the left. He's not super concerned on closing hours. Hey, that was a fun time last night at the Money Bar. It's about 6:20 in the morning. I'm still up. I came home and laid down for a couple of hours, but I have to do something about 11, so I'm just going to push through and then maybe go to sleep in the afternoon. We'll figure it out from there. This is Soi Ari, which is also the street I live on, Sukhumvit Soi 26. So don't confuse Soi Ari with Ari, spelled the exact same way. And this is 26, 1.5 kilometer, and you're at Sukhumvit. This is Rama 4. But Ari is its own BTS station and a cool little area. I did a video on the Ari area. Some cool little bars and coffee shops. It's up there on the BTS line. You go past Victory Monument. Is it 2 or 3 stops? But Soi Ari is also Sukhumvit Soi 26. So this is going down Rama 4. This is the Big C. Surprisingly, these large grocery stores, the Big C and across the street, the Lotus, they don't open till 10 a.m. and they close at 10 p.m. So with the convenience in the United States of they're open at least at 4 or 5 in the morning, many of them. Some of them are open 24 hours. It's a little bit tricky for me to wait sometimes until 10 a.m. or oftentimes 10 p.m. It's 10:30 and I need to go to the grocery store. Luckily, the smaller markets like Via Market, the ones over in Phrom Phong, stay open 24 hours a day. And I apologize, my voice is probably a little goofed up from yelling and screaming all night out with friends. If you're playing along on Google Maps, this is Rama 4. right up about 50 feet where that car's blinker is on. That's Soi 26. And going the other way, Rama 4 in about, I'd guess, a mile and a half will hit the W district on Sukhumvit. We're gonna go across the way. I've never gone behind the Lotus. I did take a quick peek at the forecast and it said severe rain for the next 24 hours, so I might get shut down, but right now the skies look okay. That could change fast here in Bangkok. But while it's still somewhat cool, I'm gonna go out for a little walk. And there's the Lotus, just like the Big C. The Lotus is probably a little bit bigger, I guess. It's a little bit more like a super Walmart in the United States, and the Big C's like Target, I guess, a big grocery store. You can also buy your choice of 3 or 4 TVs. The Lotus might be a little bit more choices, but these two are just this walking bridge apart. And it also has Decathlon. I did a video on that sporting goods store in Bangkok. I think it's a French chain, but it's a really good store for all things weights, bicycles, kayaks. You can get anything in there. And I have no idea where I'm going. I'm gonna go down that way and to the left. I might get shut out. I know there's a customs area and then you're getting close to the Chao Phraya River, not far from the port. So it might be a bust, but we'll go down there and at least wander through the area. And getting our boundaries, those large buildings are at the end of Soi 24. The end of it, almost towards Rama 4. So it's a good long, over a kilometer walk to the Prompong BTS. And then heading up Rama 4, maybe another over a mile or at least over a kilometer to get to the Queen Sirkit MRT. And then if you were to go off Rama 4 in this direction, it's at least 1.5 kilometer to get to the W district and the Prakanong BTS. So this area is not super convenient for being on foot power. It's probably more people that drive to their homes. And here's the Be Quick. I think they do tires, shocks, batteries, oil changes right in the parking lot of the Lotus. No shortage of parking here at the Lotus. It's as large as a Costco parking lot. It might even, I think it's just one level. So the junction right next to the Lotus at Rama 4 is Kasim Rat Road. And I'm gonna walk down here at least for a short while. Here's a New York pizza. I gotta see if that's on Grab Food. I need to, or I like to order from people in the neighborhood. I feel bad when I accidentally order food from, say, the wrong branch and the Grab taxi guy has to drive over 2 kilometers when there's whatever I'm ordering. Say it's KFC chicken. There's one less than 1 kilometer away and I accidentally ordered from the wrong place, so closer the better. Shell gas station and something called the Rompo Mansion building. And here's the side entrance for the large Lotus Shopping Center, and across the way looks like a car wash, Wash United Prestige, and a cool coffee shop upstairs. And getting our boundaries way off in the distance, those large, tall, triangle-shaped buildings, that's almost, or it might be Sukhumvit. I think it's on the other side of Sukhumvit. So that is about the distance if you were to walk it. I walk it all the time. I live in between Rama 4 and Sukhumvit, so I like to get out and walk around. This is the Lotus over here, and if you see that antenna on top of that building, that's channel 3. And here's the, I guess it's the Hua Lamphong Klong, and it's just the reality of some parts of Bangkok. It's pretty dirty. You can see, I don't know if that's just a gutter pipe draining in, but yeah, it's a pretty filthy Klong. There's no water taxi action here, and I would guess some of these places they might just dump at least their gray water, their washing water, all that kind of thing, if not getting into other things, straight into that klong. It doesn't smell, but certainly doesn't look clean. And I've came to the first little street junction here on the other side of the road. Well, I see that Rampo mansion. It says there's a Rampo gym back there. Probably a pretty hardcore kind of outdoor gym, I'd imagine. And then over here, this is directly behind the Lotus. Looks just like a pretty authentic little Thai neighborhood. Everybody's getting ready to head to work, get a little food before they go. I'm gonna keep heading off in this direction. And really a whole lot of nothing up until the next street. It's just some large businesses on both sides that are closed up right now. So I'm gonna shut the camera off and hustle myself up there. There's not much of a sidewalk, and then I'll start from making that left turn on whatever that street is. There is a large bus station for all the local buses right across the way. When I take it back, I think that is where they store the buses. Although it looks like people are loading on there as well. I see different bays for maybe repairs. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe I'll walk in till they chase me out. Looks like it might be a government building. It's in Thai. Yeah, it's not open right now. Just some type of little office building. And I feel the first of some pretty large raindrops. And here is where I'm going to make the left turn. At Narong Road. Passing a little police booth. And that is the Royal Thai Customs Building. The Customs Building is really nice, big old beautiful building. And I believe the port is off in this direction, maybe a kilometer, tucked back there. And right across the street, that building I was first looking at, it's the Senior Society of the Port Authority of Thailand. Whatever that means. It definitely had a bit of a government vibe, and they're setting up all the food stands for the office workers. And I saw that large building off in the distance. I just assumed it was a condo, but it says it's the Customs Department. And as you can see way off in the distance, you're getting into the more downtown area of Bangkok. We're gonna head up this way and take a left, maybe end up down by that Channel 3 news building. All of these buildings are kind of a ghost town, or businesses here at, maybe it's a little after 7 in the morning, but they'll open up 8, 9, 10 o'clock and stay open till 10, 11 p.m. Oftentimes you'll just have the gates open, the family sitting in there, working the sewing machine, watching TV, hanging out. These Thai people work hard, but they don't like to start at 5 in the morning, and I don't blame them one bit. Here's a self-storage. That's the Customs Building as your landmark, and let's go find this self-storage. I try to limit the amount of junk I have, but I've acquired quite a bit of stuff. If it's not ironing boards and different things, that if I want to pick up shop and move to, say, Chiang Mai for 6 months or a year, I really don't want to get rid of all that stuff if it's a reasonable rate to put in a little small broom closet at one of these storage lockers. There's a guard on duty. I really don't want to cause confusion, but there's also movers here, Zebra movers. So the storage is here somewhere right around the customs area. Good morning. Yeah, and I don't know why I said ironing boards. Who cares about that? I meant more like I did bring 4 big, huge suitcases, clothes, diving gear, all kinds of things that I don't necessarily want to move to, say, Chiang Mai. So it would be nice if it were $40 a month. I'm just guessing on all these rates, to have all my different things waiting for me in Bangkok and just take one suitcase and take off for 6 months at a time, but that's down the line. Rent's so cheap, it's almost worth it just to keep your place and go up and say hang out in Chiang Mai for a couple of months. Place sits empty. It's less than $500 a month. Who cares? Here's one of the shipping containers, obviously coming off of one of these boats. You do not see a lot of big rigs running around Thailand in the day. You don't. I don't know when the cutoff is, but one of my Thai friends, she told me, oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, they have to drive around at night only. So I almost wish we had some of those rules running around the traffic of California. I get it, trucker has to do their job, but yeah, just that one truck can bring things to a grinding halt on the 405 at 9 in the morning. Look like some cool little Thai shops. I'm sure it's all super affordable. I definitely have to break out the Google Translate. Wander down this little soy. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a bunch of food places for, I'm sure there's thousands of workers in this area when the day gets going. Yeah, not a whole lot back here. I do see my channel 3 off in the distance on Rama 4. That is, I came down this way, that way, and I'm gonna head back. That's my goal, to get back over to Rama 4 if I get myself lost. Big factory over here. There's the guard dog hanging out. I know there's a Singha beer warehouse around here. Here's the propane guy loading up the truck, ready to make his rounds. Good morning. Ready to do his rounds. Most of these restaurants, a lot of homes, are just going to use the propane tanks. In my condo, it's electric cooktop, no oven. I have a little toaster oven if I want to heat up a piece of pizza. A lot of little import-export offices, tax refunds, freight forwarding. And we're still on at Nerong Road. That is, I don't know what that is, if that's part of the customs. Yeah, it looks pretty official-like building. And then there's just a Thai-style building right across the way. Excuse me, I've been up all night. Yeah, it looks like a couple of compounds. I see building 1, 2, and 3. 7 a.m. and we're definitely under the toll road that runs right near the customs building. It looks like an interesting neighborhood off to the right, but I'm going to experiment looking around back there another day, because it's going to start raining here pretty soon. I think I'm on borrowed time. Yeah, it looks like a real authentic little neighborhood back there. I'm going to ease off to the left and make my way back up to Rama 4. Looks like I have a whole bunch of nothing for the next bit away. Just some government buildings on either side. Well, that's the toll road. And there's the customs building off in the distance. And all the different food stands and coffee. So as I'm walking up the street, I'm coming to the back end of those number 1, 2, and 3 buildings. And it's a full-on morning market back here for everybody heading to work. So that is where I made the turn. And now I'm heading off this way. And I thought I would see the TV building, but I think it's off to the left. So we'll just keep walking down, and hopefully we'll get back to where I know where I'm at. And here's just an old school Thai building. Man, the Thai people are such hardworking folks. The people jumping on motorbikes here, heading off in all different directions. Beautifully ironed clothes and just super prideful people. Just think about that when the bill's 180 baht. Yeah, absolutely, leave that extra 20 baht. That means nothing to most of us expats. Sure, money is money, but that 20 baht might be that person's bus fare to and from work. And some of these people are living in with very little in life. Again, that 20 baht or 40 baht tip, I always throw 30 baht tip on my Grab food. Again, that's a little under $1, and oftentimes that Grab motorbike is sitting there waiting 15-20 minutes, because I'll see. I'll order the food, it'll say it'll be a 40-minute wait. 5 minutes later, so-and-so is the guy on the motorbike who's going to bring the food, and yeah, he comes showing up 30 minutes later. So he's just sitting there waiting. And there you go, there's the orange vest. So that is where your delivery driver lives, in humble conditions. So I'll get off my soapbox preaching about tips. Yeah, these city blocks are not really laid out in a grid, where I thought I was kind of going in a square. There's the antenna way off in the distance. So it really eased off here to the right. So I need to get up here, and hopefully I'll hit Rama 4 at some point. I didn't really want to go for a 5-mile walk, but that might be in the cards. Still on Atnerong Road, running under the highway, toll road, whatever you want to call it. Making my way up, and I want to say the news building is off in this direction, but I'm not sure. I've got a little twisted around. Well, that's okay. I'm out here just exploring. Sounds like a rooster back here. And that's where I need to be. And this road's taking me nowhere near. So I'm gonna go up until I see the next break in the action, but I think there's a little canal down here. So I don't know how far. I mean, it looks like I'm looking at 2 kilometers up the way. I don't want to go that far, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go up as far as I can and make that first left, and then maybe I'll wrap it up and jump on a motorbike, because it's starting to rain. There is a little neighborhood bridge to sneak through this little barrio, or whatever we're gonna call it, but yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that. For one, I don't belong in there, and for another, I'm sure there's a bunch of neighborhood dogs that wouldn't appreciate me cutting through. Man, it's true, some of these people have so little, yet they're still some of the coolest, most mellow people you're ever gonna meet. I am certainly no expert, but I believe this is the on-ramp, the easy pass to the toll road. If we continue down this way, when I lived in On Nut, I would always come from On Nut to Prakanong and come over here. We'd get on the freeway, highway, whatever it's called, make a big U-turn and head back towards, say, Don Muang Airport or Chengwatana Immigration. And on the other side of the street, I think these are all buildings attached to the port on the Chao Phraya. Bangkok does have a pretty large port, even though it's quite a ways from the Gulf of Thailand to get here, but that's not totally unusual. I think, say, Portland, Oregon, just off the top of my head, I want to say it's 50 miles up the river to get to the port of Portland. And the entrance to the highway is over here, and here's another just cool little Thai neighborhood right in the port area. You know what? I have a whole lot of nothing in front of me until we get way up to Prakanong. So I'm at the bus station. I'm just gonna sit here and jump on the next bus, and surely it'll get me down there by the BTS somewhere. So I just waited there with the folks, and what happened was a bot bus pulled up. Not a full-size bus, just like a Pattaya Beach bot bus. I jumped in the back. I figured it was better than walking another 2 miles. We ended up coming up the big road. Way off in the distance, you can see that last building. That is the Aspire. It's called the Aspire on Rama 4. Right at the base of that is the entrance to the Port of Thailand, or Port of Bangkok, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what it said. And this is Soi 42 in the Ekamai area. So we made that left turn right where the building is, came all the way down. My friend lives in that building right there. But this is the gateway at Ekamai, little shopping center, and that's the Ekamai BTS. So 10 baht. Myself and another young lady jumped off the bot bus, and I just paid for her fare rather than taking my 10 baht coin. And there you go. So much for my plan of just making that little circle around Rama 4 and ended up back by the TV station. I ended up past the next BTS, which is Tonglor. Now I'm down here at the next one, Ekamai. Thank you so much for following along, and consider subscribing. I really appreciate that, and thumbs up if you like the video. That really helped my little channel. Have a great morning.